Hi everyone! For those that you don't know me, my name is Zohar and I'm a flexibility coach for adults and also a contortionist. And today's class is the first one of the 30-day split challenge that I'm hosting in the Zohar Yoga Flex YouTube channel. During the first 2 weeks, we are going to be building our foundation for the splits. And for this reason, we will probably come back to this class at least once more. Today, we are going to be focusing on the front splits. So learning the basic stretches you need to do if you really want to get those front splits solid and develop into more advanced variations of a front split. This challenge is welcome to all the levels, but if you already have experience with the splits, adjust the exercises as you need them. If your front split is already there and it's super easy to get into it for you, then I welcome you to go into over splits. So I want all of you to make the most out of this challenge of these 30 days and help you getting into those flexibility and split goals. Let's get started and stretch those legs. For our warm-up, we are gonna start opening the feet a bit wider than the hips. Hands to the hips and go into a forward fold. That will help us nicely to start warming up the back of the leg. Let's go. Hands on the hips, take a deep inhale, open your chest, so pinch the shoulder blades together, and then hinge from the hips, coming forward. Hands can stay here and imagine the elbows wants to touch each other on the back. And we are gonna hold here, bouncing from the chest. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Take a deep inhale, look to the front. And on the exhale, activate the quads, the glutes, core as well. Belly button in towards the spine. Open the chest and try to get deeper into your fold. And let's hold it here for 15. You can relax the head if you want, but the elbows continuously want to come behind the back together. Imagine they have a magnet that attracts each other. Hold it. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5. Beautiful. Bend the knees and come back up. Yay! Hope you felt that stretch on the back of the legs. Now we are gonna grab the blocks for our next exercises. We are gonna have the blocks with us and come into a high lunge position. Right foot front. On the back foot, you can be on the toes. Hips are facing front. Blocks, we are gonna just keep them here, comfy in front of our hips. Take a deep inhale and exhale, and let's do little bounces. So here I'm bouncing by bending the front knee, but at the same time I'm tucking the pelvis and try to round my hip. So the low back is straight. And the back knee can be a tiny bit bended, but I want you to feel that burning on the back leg, and maybe also you start feeling it here in the hamstring part and the glute of the front leg. 5 more. 4. Keep bouncing. 3, 2, and 1. Very nice. Place the back foot in 45 degrees. You need to shorten a tiny bit our distances. Hands are on the hips. Take a deep inhale, and on the exhale, first face with the hips forward. So it's super easy to keep the hips open, but we want to have them square. Take a deep inhale, and on the exhale, forward fold. And here, drop the hands with the blocks. Have the blocks in the highest heights if you need, so you can open your chest. And imagine your stomach wants to come to the side. Inhale deep and exhale. Beautiful. Forward fold here. Inhaling and exhaling. Then you can always adjust the blocks. But even if I went lower, I'm still keeping my chest open, pinching the shoulder blades together. Hold it here for 15. 1, 2, 3. Relax the head if you want. 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Beautiful. Bend the front knee and come back up with sweet sides. Left foot front, And back foot, the tippy toes like on the other side, hips are facing front, and we go into our high lunge. Here we do bounces. You see how my hip is rounded? This is what I was mentioning on the previous side. So I'm not sticking my popo out, I'm really rounding, so pressing the glute forward and at the same time tucking the pelvis. And feel that stretch here. Keep bouncing. Let's go 5 more. 4, 3, 2, 1. Nice. Now we go to the pyramid stretch. So close the gap between the feet, back foot 45 degrees. Take a deep inhale and exhale. Face the hips front. Inhale deep, open the chest. Exhale, forward fold. And here, drop the hands with the blocks, really trying to open your chest as much as possible. It could be that you are at the moment in this level, that's totally fine. If you see like also the blocks are too low for you not to round the spine, you can keep the hands on the hips. We hold it for 15. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. On its exhale, try to bring belly button more towards the spine and the stomach closer to the thigh. 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, and 10. Beautiful. Bend the front knee and come back up. Let's go to our next exercise. And for this, if you have already the front split flat, I will say you use a block like I will do it. If you don't have your front split there yet, don't use the block. And if you don't have a third block, it's okay, you don't have to use it. It's just like a nice add-on for those that we already have the front split flat on the floor. We are gonna meet in the low lunge position. So let's start with the right foot front. And for the sake of the camera, I'm gonna throw myself around. Find your low lunge position. Back foot can be in flex or it can also be relaxed, you choose. The most important thing is that your hips are slightly tucked so you're not sinking on your low back. And the upper body is not leaning forward. I'm gonna be very picky on this challenge with this topic because so many people are just leaning forward and then you don't open your hip, and we need to open our hips for the split. So find that low lunge position, tucked pelvis, hips are as square as possible. And here we are gonna do little bounces, activating the glutes. So you activate when you sink and then relax when you come up. Activate and relax. Little engagement. And now inhale deep and exhale. Try to sink your hips, but keep tucking the pelvis. Activate the core as well to hold that position. Breathe in and breathe out for 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. And from here, we bring the hips backwards, entering into a half split. But, check that you're not sitting backwards. Knee and hip, they are in the same line. This hip, it's not front, squared. So check your alignment first, and then inhale deep and exhale. We are gonna go into forward fold, again opening the chest. Breathe in and breathe out. So lengthen the spine, open the chest, and get the stomach closer to the thigh. Breathe in and breathe out. Hold it here for 15 counts. 1, 2, 3, 4. Relax the head if you want. 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Directly from the half split, we are gonna go into our low lunge. The upper body can stick to the front leg and then go back into the half split. And back to the low lunge. We do this like 10 times. 1, 2, really make it dynamic. 3, 4. We don't really want to be holding each of the poses, but just being fast since we are in the warm-up process. I lost the count. So you will see along the challenge that sometimes I count more. Usually I tend to count and make you hold more than what I say. Good. Find your low lunge position here. Use the blocks if you need to bring the upper body to the same line as the hips. The front foot is in the same line as the knee. Inhale deep and exhale. Now bend the back knee and grab the foot. If you don't reach the foot, then you can use a strap to help you. Once you have the foot, we take a deep inhale. And on the exhale, sink the hip. You see how I'm sinking my hip to my maximum range of motion. And then bring the heel towards the glute. Step one, if this is already very intense and you see that you're struggling sinking down the hips, then just stay where you are. For those that you feel like you can bring the hips quite low, take a deep inhale, and on the exhale, now try to square your upper body. And that should give you an extra stretch on the quad. At least I feel it. And let's hold it, 15. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5. Beautiful. We are gonna switch sides. We meet again in the low lunge position and check that your upper body doesn't lean forward. So use those blocks to help you stacking the upper body on the hip line. Then front foot can be even a tiny bit more forward. That will create the space for us to sink the hip. Good. And first, we are just gonna be holding our low lunge, tucking the pelvis and bringing the hips forward at the same time. And we do little bounces. Remember squeezing and activating the glutes. With the time, it becomes easier to isolate the muscles. So if you cannot do it now, that is squeeze and release, it's okay. But send those signals to your brain that you want to do that, because eventually the brain will connect with the muscles and it will allow you to isolate them. 5 more. Try to sink now on the exhale, your hips more. 4, 3, 2, and 1. Beautiful. Inhale, and on the exhale, let's meet into the half split. Check again that your knee and the hip, they are in the same line. Inhale deep and exhale, forward fold. Keeping the chest as open as possible. Hips squared as well. If you want to learn, by the way, the front splits more in detail, like technically, you should check our splits challenge from a year ago, where I did a series of live classes. There I really went in detail into the alignment. You find these classes on the live section on the channel. We hold it 5 more. 4, 3, 2, and 1. Beautiful. Go into your low lunge, keeping the upper body. Now we stick to the front leg as much as possible, of course. And we are gonna go back and front like this 10 times. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Beautiful. Let's meet in that low lunge position to stretch our quads. So upper body, the same line as the hip, then the back knee. Use a strap if you need to grab the foot. I'm gonna readjust the front foot so there is a bit more space to sink the hips. Inhale deep, and on the exhale, we sink the hip, and at the same time, bring the heel towards the glute. Nice. Inhale deep again, and exhale, sink down. We hold it for 15. For those that you squared your upper body on the previous side, try to do this on the next exhale. And we hold it wherever we are in this process for 15. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Very nice. And now we are going to be sliding in our front split in 2 different ways. On the first way, we are going to try to open more the hips from the very beginning. And on the second way, we are going to target more the hamstring. Eventually, doesn't matter in what way you enter, but you always want to try to open your hamstring and the hip flexor as equal as possible. And this is very difficult because usually the hip is more stubborn and it's not as flexible as the hamstring. So if your hips open, it's okay by the time being, because we are gonna work along the challenge also on squaring those hips. And eventually also you want to be able to differentiate and connect with your body and learn when your hips are open and when your hips are square. Eventually in the long run, for healthy split practice and for you to be age 80 or 90 and still doing your splits, you need to have a square hips. That's the healthiest version of the splits, where we equally use our flexibility in the hamstring and in the hip flexor. Before getting into the split, you may want to wear some socks so it will help you sliding more on the floor. No matter what side you are going to be starting, we are going to do both sides twice the split. I tend to start with my worst side. In this case is the left foot front. For those that you can already do your front split quite comfortably, have the block under the knee, and afterwards you can also choose if you want to remove it or not. But let's start with a little challenge for you. Let's everyone meet in the low lunge, face front, try to keep your hips as square as possible. And upper body, it's not leaning forward, it's staying on the same line as the hip. We take a deep inhale, and on the exhale, try to sink the hip more down. So I'm activating my back glute, squeezing it to help me opening that part of the body. And from here, we crawl the front foot forward to extend the leg. It could be, depending on your flexibility, that your leg stays somewhere here. That's okay. Stay there then, because I promise you, by the end of this challenge, you are gonna be able to straighten the leg. Okay, everyone, let's get into those splits. We are gonna hold it for 30 counts. If your leg is straight on its exhale, you want to sink lower. Inhale deep and exhale. Let's go, and hold it here for 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Now I'm gonna remove the back block. One, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Don't forget to breathe in and breathe out. Now for the last 10, take a deep inhale and exhale. Squeeze the front quad, the back glute, hold it 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Beautiful. Nice job. Come out, shake those legs if you need to. We are gonna still stay on the same side for our second set, and on the second set we are gonna enter into the split from the half split. For those that you are working with the block at the beginning, you will stay with it and you place the back knee on the block. Cool. Check that your knee and the hip, they are in the same line. This hip shouldn't be more forward than this one, so I'm just gonna adjust it. Nice. Inhale deep and exhale. Use those blocks to help you keeping the chest open as you slide forward. So now we are gonna be sliding forward. As I am sliding forward, I'm gonna readjust the blocks and also try to then slowly bring the upper body to the same line as the hip. So if you're somewhere here stuck, walk backwards with the hands. Inhale and exhale and sink down. Check that your hips are not opening too much. Good. And now for those that we have the block there on the back, you can also remove it. Let's hold it 30. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Halfway through, start activating the back glute and the front quads. for the rest of the 15 counts. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, and 10. Wait, 5 are also missing. 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5. Nice job. And now we go to the other side. Find your low lunge position, and we are gonna do our first variation, the one where we crawl the front foot forward, straighten the leg, and then sink down those hips. But first, we want to really try to sink the hip to our maximum range of motion. You can always assist with your hand and press the glute there, so you're pressing the hip down and front. And let's meet in our front split. Crawl the front foot forward, find your split, take a deep inhale, everyone, and on the exhale, try to sink down so the front foot is not sliding forward or sliding the minimum. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Those with the back knee on the block, you can remove it if you want. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Inhale deep and exhale. 10 more and we are done. No, one set more then. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, and 10. Good. Let's do our second set in this side of the split, and then we are really done with the class. So find your half split, correct alignment if you need to. Breathe in and breathe out. Inhale deep and exhale. Let's slide. Good. Adjust yourself, so remember upper body, it's not leaning forward. Remove the block if you want to. And we hold it here. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. 1, 2, 3, 4. Halfway through, so that means we are going to activate the back glute, the front quad all the time for 15. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Keep exhaling and sinking down. 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5. We are done. I really need to be careful with this cactus. One of these days I'm gonna pinch myself. I hope you enjoy the class and your legs and hips feel very open and flexible. Tomorrow I'm gonna see you for our next class of this 30-day split challenge. Can't wait. Thank you for joining me. If you have any questions, comment below. Wishing you a very nice rest of the day and see you.